Pick it up, let's go!
All right, everyone. Welcome to the discount. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Like everyone, I have priorities, and this just hasn't been that for me. Mainly because a few things that I've been doing, but I won't get into that right now. Essentially, um, I really just want to show everyone how you can wake up every morning and either your goal is to earn extra income or if you just like to try to make this your living. It's not a super easy business, but it is a business nonetheless if you treat it that way. And for me, I just always looked at it like a job security type of asset for myself in order to learn. I've been trading for about 6 years, and this particular strategy, where you're trading in the morning for the first few minutes, for the first, probably 2 to 3 hours max, um, I probably started to perfect over the course of the last 3 years. Took me about a year and a half to really become profitable, manage my emotions correctly, and be able to execute. But now I'm kind of comfortable enough where I'd like to, share what I've learned, and hopefully I can help you guys moving forward as well. So let's get right into it. Today, I had called out just on Twitter that 298.51 was a buy zone, right? Down to 297.41. That's about a dollar zone. Now, what you're going to do, and this is, really up to everyone based on risk tolerance, is you are going to decide how many shares, and I'll post this, on the board in the morning, but you're going to decide how many shares you're comfortable with losing, right? Okay, if we go down a dollar further, and let's say, our average is 298, and we start closing candles below 297, right? So we'll draw a line in here, make that red because it's bad. We don't want that. We start closing candles 10, 15 minutes below 297. How much are you willing to lose? Um, for me, like everything is a little bit different, right? Heavier volume names, institutionally backed names. This whole game, and you're going to see this in the education videos that I have on my website, but essentially, this whole game is figuring out where the institutions are going to defend certain levels, right? So you have to give these things time to work out. These are algorithms, these are institutions, these are plunge protection teams, these are the big boys. So, in any event, how much are you willing to lose? For me, on this particular trade personally, I'll let you guys know. I was willing to buy 1,000 shares here, 1,000 shares here. That would be, 2,000 shares of the Nasdaq or QQQ at 298. And if we start closing candles below 297, I'm out for a $2,000 loss. Okay. What happened? I got filled with 1,000 shares. We go up. We hit basically, what was it? What did it hit our? Yeah, we hit our target at a dollar. All right. Now you can do one of two things. I'm out at 1,000 shares, $1,000 within, let's call this, what is this? 10 minutes, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. You are out within 1 hour for $1,000. Now, that's a great trade. This took a little bit longer and it was a Friday. It was at 11:30, so maybe you didn't want it. We really wanted this one right here at 9:30. If it came right, boom, right into that level at 9:30, 9:50, look how quick that would have been. You would have been out in 10 minutes with 1,000, $2,000, 10,000, 100, whatever you want. But in any event, we come down into the level. You could do one of two things. Take the full position off. All right, it's lunchtime. Let's just take my $1,000. Or take half off. All right, as long as we don't let it go bad, right? Take 500 shares or whatever amount of shares, half off the table. As long as we don't start closing candles below, right? The buy zone or whatever you are when you start to have a negative position. Well, look at that, right? We just went another, dollar 50 approximately up. So you just got, another 500,000 bucks in the pocket, whatever it may be. That's a strategy a lot of the pros use. For my purposes, I really usually like to just get in and out of the scalps. However, it's definitely something I'm trying to work on, which is hold a second position for later, and we'll try to see if that works out for me personally. Okay, another one we had on the board. Oops, it's SPT. Hold on, Sprout. Is Spy. All right. Boom. We're already up here. Zero dark 30. All right. So 8:30 in the morning, I'm posting on the board. Okay, guys. I want a short at 406.84 between 408, and that's a wide zone, right? What they did in the pre-market, if you look at a pre-market chart, I'm not going to pull it up here, but they already spiked that number in the pre-market. And what you'll learn in the education of this strategy is if something gets hit in the pre-market, the institutions already did it. You don't want that anymore. First hit, best hit, only hit. Okay. Same thing with the losses. We don't want to add to losses. First loss, best loss, get out, move on. Okay. So traders could have certainly, took the added risk. I mean, that's a great trade. That's $1.50 more on a short. Okay. What I wanted was first 10 minutes here or first 30 minutes here came into my buy zone. 405.20 to 404.75, and then boom. Full position, right? 405, boom, 406 dollar, you're out. 1,000, 2,000 bucks, 100 bucks, 10,000 bucks, whatever you want. Okay. The numbers work. Come back in. We don't want it anymore. Let it do its thing. We're already out by 10. What is it? 10:10 a.m. See ya. We're off to another shit. Okay. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the two major trades. We did have um kind of a shitty trade on the board today, but look, I mean, it was so slow Friday. The institutions are just not playing ball. It did put in a nice little candle here. So usually when you see these sign, this is a sign or signal of a trend change. It's kind of a tail and a doji. And you really thought this should have gotten back up. I mean, look at this. It gapped a little bit here. It should have got back up to 22.30. That would have gave you what we wanted, which was 25 cents. So I put a 25-cent stop loss here. Right, okay, it's not closing, it bounced off the stop loss. We're in at 22. It came in. Uh, you know, whatever. We took the loss. We got two great winners. We took a little loss on here because you'll learn again in the strategy. Let's go to the daily chart. Something like this, and the strategy here has a lot to do with earnings, right? Earnings season. I don't have my average volume here, but we want stocks that institutions are playing with that trade over 1 million shares a day, okay, on average. Now, I mean, look at that volume. Typically, when it's coming into the levels that I came up with, and this really was another great level here. But anyway, the institutions are going to back it. However, look at that trend that it broke down. That's what we call a strong gap down. Okay. When something gaps down that strong, we go a quarter to a half position size because the risk is higher, right? The volume's lighter. It's not like, the S&P 500, which is the SPY, or the Nasdaq, the QQQ, where this levels are going to get hit, and 8 times out of 10 they're going to give you something, whether it's a small loss or a nice win, right? But these could be huge home runs when they hit their level, but they come without a risk. So anyway, I digress. 10-minute chart. We took a 25-cent loss on, I don't know, the position I had was tiny. It was $400 loss. Okay, cool. Let it go do its thing. We don't want it the rest of the day. Point being is, you know what's going on here before 11 a.m., really. All right, it's 11 a.m. Spent, 2 hours watching this thing. Cut the loss, call it a day. We got two other winners in the books. So that's like an intro to really what I do every single day. All right, I do this every single morning to earn extra income at this point, and I wanted to show you, you know, how you can do this yourself. And if you swing trading is a whole other thing, investing is a whole other thing. This strategy really is about being able to never need a job again, right? Obviously, this comes with high risk, very high risk. It's very emotional, right? You're moving tiny points, and we're looking for small bites out of the market to make enough to earn a living, right? So very stressful. But if you can execute, I can't do this for you, but if you can execute and manage your emotions, the hit rates on these trades are somewhere between 70 to 80% on gap strategy and S&P 500. So, what I'm going to do, and you're going to see here next, if I could change the scene here. See if I could change the scene here. Can I change the scene? There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do here, guys, this is just a little PowerPoint mock-up that I made. I'm working on the website, but I'm going to provide, and you might have seen this on Twitter, but I'm going to provide these setups that I'm taking every single morning. I start working on this at about, 8:15, 8:30. I have a scanner, and it goes through exactly what I want and exactly what I look for. I look at each setup. It's usually between 3 to 10 setups a day. Sometimes one of them get hit, sometimes, five of them get hit, sometimes none of them get hit. But you know exactly where you want to enter, where your stop loss is, how much profit you're looking for, your target percentage, in cents and dollars. And this is really only happening within the first few minutes of the day from 9:30 opening bell to about 11 a.m. You call it a day, right? We're not over trading. We're not going like you see some of these. I don't know if anyone's been in day trading rooms, but it's just wild. And you never really see like the track record or, what these guys are really doing. So anyway, I pull back. You're going to have this, you're going to have the track record. It's going to be a simple dashboard website. It's going to have a chat intraday market commentary where next to the dashboard, you'll see me typing up some updates. Um, Look, the setups that I put on the board, all you have to do is follow those setups. I don't really have to comment on them, right? Some days I'm not going to be able to do any live commentary, but I will. But I'm just saying the stops, the targets, the entry levels, and the rules are all going to be provided. So very straightforward. And I'll do that work. And because I do it anyway every single day. So why not share it with you guys? That's what I'm going to do here moving forward. So it should be pretty fun. I'll recap just like I'm doing right now. I'm going to recap everything that happened, each trade, lessons learned, successes every night, usually around 5 p.m. Excuse me. And for some of the newer traders, or just for those that just don't really have a grasp on markets, maybe they're struggling, they don't understand why this strategy is what it is, why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'll have education on the website too. So this is coming soon, guys. For now, I will just post everything on Twitter as I can. I know it's harder to follow along that way, but go ahead, get a taste of, some of my losses, some of the successes that I have, and see if you want to follow along because I'm doing it anyway. But would love to have you guys on board. So anyway, thanks, guys. This is the first video, but looking forward to doing this moving forward. We'll see how it goes. And have a great weekend. Bye.